Okay, I just reconfigure a couple of things in OBS. It should be recording in a better resolution, so like it will record in 1080p instead of 4K, wasting processing power and all that stuff. Now, this is a part 2 of the phone headset cam project. So you kind of guess from the title, right? Now we want to make a mounting system. So we already got the mounting for the phone, and currently I am printing it out, and now I am currently designing a system that will allow me to attach it to the cap, to the rim of the cap that I am having. So it have a bit of a curve, so my plan is to I don't think this will work this way. Something like this. This should be a vertical V, have vertical constraint and on top of each other. Very nice. And I will need to fix I will need to fix this point. Should I make it a coincident to the old arc? Alright. Yep, now has the same, well, not the same to be honest, but okay, I have my arc. This one is over here. I'm going to set I'm gonna set a GN to toggle construction geometry, and then GL to create a construction line, just like that. This now, before that, I have constrained this thing, the distance between this point over here and the point between the two arc is 40 millimeter. I'm going to do the same thing. Select the point, select the line, press D for dimension and input 40 millimeter. Right, we got the 40 millimeter that we want. Very nice. And the distance between these 2 points will be the offset. So I will create this thing with the offset of 5 millimeter. That is the thickness of the rim on the cap that I have. Sorry for that, for the fact that I'm talking a bit slower this video. I realize that my accent is very bad, so I will take it slow and try to improve upon it. And occasionally I will try to tell some jokes and slow down a bit to correct myself. Okay, this is 5 millimeter. Let's double check this. Is it 5? Perfect. I got that. I will use GN to make it normal line again, and then GL to create a line and basically close off this sketch. With that, I will press E to extrude, and I want to extrude somewhere like, how much should I extrude? I think I would want to go all the way, so let's go for 75 millimeter. Because this cap is basically a sacrificial one. And I think I'm making a stupid mistake. I need to, it should have a slot for the cap to slip in, not a solid mass like this. So this is the inside of what I'm trying to make. and yeah, I will need to make another one. So how about a shortcut for this? No shortcut. Okay, some arbitrary line. GNGL. I got this thing down. I'm gonna move it up a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. Distance. It's a magic number. Distance between the 2 points. Okay, this is going to be a bit more complicated now, because I do want it to have the same arc, you know. So how will I get that? Because this thing will need to be a bit bigger because it is on the outside over here. What is the dimension of this? 50, right? So let's make a dimension of this 50 plus 3 for the walls. That means it's 56 millimeter. Just like that. The arc should be fixed. Yep, I cannot move the arc in that dimension, in that axis. Alright, it is a bit bigger now. Nice. Okay, got that. The distance between this point and this point will be 3 millimeter. That is the thickness of the plastic walls. So 3 millimeter. This from this to this is 3 millimeter, and from this line to this line is 5 millimeter. Right, got that. Let's create another one. GA. Oh, nice. Makes sense. G and arc. Generate arc or something like that. This one should be horizontal. Nice. GNGL. Actually, do I need the GL? GL. I think I do need it to set the distance from here to be 40 millimeter as well, and this line and this line need to be equal. Right, they are now equal arc. What is this? Look like the bottom one, right? So the distance between the bottom arc and this thing should be 3 millimeter. Can I see the problem now? Because I want it to look like that, and there's no way that thing is the same. Okay, let me give me a moment. Nope. Can I just make it okay, what is the coordinate of this arc? Seems to be the last one over here. Can I check it again? No, cannot check it like that. It looks a bit thick, to be honest, for 3 millimeter. I think I've made some mistake on this part. Let's try to correct it. Sorry, wrong one. Let's create a point by using GY and set this thing and this line to also coincide. Same for the arc over here. Now we can get the distance is 3 millimeter. That looks much better now. GY, select right there. Hit only the tangent coincide with the arc, and pressing it again, pressing the line, vertical axis. I can press C to make it coincide with both lines. More like it. That is more like it. The distance between, okay, we need to create another one. GY for the lower part of the arc. This point and this axis coincide. Distance between this point over here and this point over here. Using D shortcut, I will put in 3 millimeter. And I believe that is it. We got it. Well done, everyone. GL, GN, make it a normal line again. Sketch line, not. I believe this is roughly what I wanted. Okay. I will press escape. Let's name this operation with F2 cap socket, cap rim socket. Gonna shift it a little bit. And I'm gonna toggle all the display. Okay, it is not in the best position, to be honest, so let's just move it way more. Much more comfortable now. Just gonna turn that off for now. And okay, of course this part will not be able to fit into the cap, but it is a start. So now we'll create another sketch. I will press on this using D and create a datum plane. This datum plane will be called right plane. Nice. Okay, this is the second right plane. I will press S to create a sketch. Turn off the visibility. GX to toggle construction geometry. Nice. And I will basically trace the outer shape of this thing with GM multiple. So of course I cannot go directly, but if you press M again, okay, okay, it's not working as intended right now. Okay, that is not what I expected. I don't know what to expect, to be honest, but let's just make another one. Oh, actually, well, what a shame, to be honest, that we have to create another what redundant constraint. Okay, why is that a set? Yep, that's actually not a set coincidence. Okay, nice. This point and this point will coincide. They actually mapped GA to create another arc. Coincidence. Nice. And I will finish it up with GL to create a line. Boop, boop, boom. Escape. Extrude with E. Give it 3mm. Let's say if we use this operation, if this operation was the peak, then what happened if I, okay, it got a bit longer, then that is what I wanted. And I will need to cut a groove into this thing. Come to think of it, why do I even draw it like this? Maybe because they FreeCAD don't allow me to create a shape that is distinctly have two distinct parts. Maybe. Okay, let's code that. I create another plane. Datum plane. Okay. Pull it down. Call it left plane. Sketch on it. Turn it off. And what we will do is to cut out this part. So toggle construction geometry once again and select these lines, which I think would be it, GA. So let's start with this one. It is the lower line, right? This one and this one will be coincidence, right? GA again, let's go. This one and this one. Select the 2 point, coincident constraint. Okay, perfect. Okay, that might have been okay. That is not actually very smart. Why do I even do that? GA, this point, tangent on this, tangent on this. Distance is fixed. Okay. Set the coincidence. Is it the same line though? No, it is not. So I will need to set GNGL, GNGL, boom, and boom. Distance between this line and this point is 40mm. Apparently not. Okay, my mistake. Got the wrong line. Wait, I still got the wrong line. What is happening to me? Okay, this one should be the lower arc. G A. G N G A. G N G L. Got the section right there. And we want to match the arc over here. So we will gradually bring this one up. Seems to match it. So let's put it into a coincidence. Alright, we got what we wanted, and this seems to be the correct distance. Okay, the distance is pretty strange, to be honest. It's not 40 millimeter. It is not the extension of the arc, but it is something else. I will try one more operation, that is to set up the coincidence from this point to this line to see if it gets better, because currently I can see. Yeah, I think this will solve it. Okay, yep, very nice. This shouldn't be needed, to be honest. GA, boom, coincide with the two sides, the two outer walls. GN, GA, boop, boop. This one coincide. This line coincide. GL, and I will finally got my cut ready. Close, shift extrude, and I will give it I forgot how much extruded, so let's for 75, right? 75 should be all the way. Yep, all the way. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm setting this thing up. Okay, I got the rim. Now I will need to find somehow to connect the outer rim. The problem is that it can be quite challenging to connect a curve, to sketch on a curved surface like this one. And also we have a problem with printing, because we have to print this thing on this, so this is very weak, and I'm afraid this section over here will be the point of failure on the model. You know, plastic is pretty good, but I would like to imagine, like, a phone is expensive. It can like cost someone an entire month of salary. I'm lucky to get a job that allow me to afford it without being starved that month, but for many people, 8 million is not, like 6 million is not a small number, to be honest, and we should take precaution into it. Slide it in. how do I I know this is very stupid, but I want to try this thing. Let's go rim socket, right? Let's give it square section over here. So it's like GM and create a box. Oh no. Shift because I mapped the escape key to my cap locks, so it can be a bit troublesome. This point will be symmetric to this line. Okay, first step. This thing and this line and this point should have a dimension of 3 millimeter. I don't need it to raise up that much. To be honest, it can be 2 or even 2 millimeter could be fine, because basically this is a raised surface that is also square. 1 millimeter, can I push it? 1 millimeter is totally fine. And let's select the length. Let's give it something like 10 millimeter, a bit of a base. And can this thing actually extrude? No, it cannot, because it is not a closed loop. So what can I do? I can chop into this part. I really don't want to do it frankly, because this is a bad idea. I shouldn't create it in this section. One moment please. Okay, I'm gonna close this one. I should have created from the start, but adding complex geometry like that will require me to basically resketch the entire thing. So now I will create another datum plane. I'm not going to name this plane. I will create another sketch. Turn off visibility. There should be a shortcut for that, to be honest. And I will make surface based on this thing alone. So GM no should have set the auto constraint, control Y, boom, no vertical, baby, let's go. These two will be symmetric to the center line. They should have the dimension of 10 millimeter. Okay, I will create an GA, an arc, with the following values. So like, let's not. Oh, god damn it! Control Y. Okay, we already got this point over here. Let's click on it and click on our point. Alright, what is the problem? Okay, please don't bug out. I think it have a problem that is coinciding with the line. Let's try again. So coincide. This one will coincide. Okay, we haven't set the height, so we set the height of these to 1 millimeter. And why is it still shitting me? Oh, of course, because it just somehow doesn't like it. Deep C. Perfect. I will then extrude this thing, and I will choose up to face. Boom. Okay. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I can. Okay, the flat surface is perfect for gluing. To be I'm not a fan of using glue for these kind of things, but you know, it is a prototype, and I believe there are plenty of glue that can support. 31 minutes already. 31 minutes already. Stuff like this takes time, and okay, we got another step. And the last step, to be honest, I think we could go easy. So I'll create another body. Body can be part design. Okay. Create another body. Name it oh no. Okay, we are creating another object. Let me measure this thing a bit. So m distance. Doesn't show shit. Length maybe 78 millimeter. Let's create an arm, mounting arm of 78 millimeter. Sketch. No, I want it to look a bit better. So what is the plane we were working on? We were working on the XZ plane most of the time. Now we are working on the YZ, and now we are working on the XZ plane. So let's work on it. Let's work on the XZ plane. Perfect. And we cannot link external geometry to a different body, so I will have to remember what I have done before. GM multiple point, and basically do the thing like this. It will raise a couple of, peek out a little bit, because I cannot see if the entire screen is too close. And the font, yeah, this thing will go to the back of the mounting system, the Galaxy M55 holder. Down here, over here, go back up, go back here. I know a lot of professional CAD modeler are literally crying right now because of the bullshit I'm making, but please bear with me. Too much of a newbie. Okay, I want this thing to be a bit stiff, right? So let's go for something a bit robust, more robust than I usually do. So 5 millimeter. Same for this baby over here. I usually do a 3 millimeter wall because it is very rigid for its size. I can hold up an entire 22-inch monitor with a shelf made from 3 millimeter walls. So it handles the stress pretty well. 2 millimeter, I was having a bit of a doubt with that, but 3 millimeter is solid. For some design, I can push it with 2 millimeter walls, but I'm willing to go the extra mile to get it secure, you know. So let me just eyeball this thing. This distance should be good. And how long? I'm just use the damn ruler. I will give it a generous number, 150. So my eyes don't have to sit too close to this thing. And how much does it need to stretch below? That is a mystery that I need to address right now. So one moment. Okay, I forgot how much this thing took. So let me measure it. M length. The length of this section is 83.40 millimeter. 83.40 millimeter. Plus I should give it a decent amount because it is not going to sit directly on top, right? I will give it more like 50 millimeter downward, kind of. Yeah, let's give it 50 millimeter downward, so I can actually I should compensate for it. This one's secure, this one's secure. I think the only problem now is that the entire thing is not secured to the coordinate system. So let's put it right here. Have a bit of a distance, should be good. Give it an arbitrary value like I'm going 22. Extrude baby. 10 millimeter. What? Oh yep, extrude by 10 millimeter. So that position of this body on the z-axis is like, what is the offset? 200, right? Same thing. $220, $210, $205. Looks good to me. I'm not going to design any mounting system directly because it is still in the early prototyping phase. I will try not to make this thing a permanent solution, so please stay tuned. And overall, I think we did a pretty good job today. Thank you for participating. I'm probably going to do some chamfer to improve the stress over here. And I think we are set for the night. Thank you for your time. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So please stay tuned for the next step. I wish you the best in your learning journey. Thank you for watching. See you next time.